Jos Buttler leads hosts to 8-wicket win in first T20. Jos Buttler's unbeaten 68 helped England to a comfortable 8-wicket win over Sri Lanka in the first 2020 in Cardiff. Chasing 130, Buttler and Jason Roy shared an 86-run opening stand before Roy fell for 36 to a stunning catch from Danushka Gunathilaka. However, Buttler anchored England as they won with 17 balls to spare. From beginning, Sri Lanka won the toss and opted to bat. Interesting call from Sri Lanka. You don't see teams often batting first after winning the toss in T20 cricket. But they want to probably test their new-look batting lineup and ensure there is no pressure on them. England have once again left out Moeen Ali as Liam Livingstone is preferred at number 6. Chris Woakes gets a go. Mickey Arthur did mention before the game that he has identified players to bat at 4, 5 and 6. And by the looks of it, he has chosen Kuzal Mendes, Dhananjaya De Silva and Dasun Shanaka. It will be interesting to see how Mendes goes because he prefers batting up the order especially in this format, but the most interesting call is the inclusion of De Silva. He has become a very important member in their test side, so Arthur perhaps feels he can thrive in this format as well with his confidence quite high. His numbers in T20 cricket isn't great, so this is quite a gamble. Avishka Fernando departs for a duck. He wanted to take on Sam Curran but doesn't really find the gap and mistimes the shot straight to Chris Jordan at mid-off. Jittery start for Sri Lanka. Both the openers are back in the shed now for Sri Lanka and this one will hurt. Gunathilaka did look in good nick. He did fetch a few boundaries, but a failed attempt at a scoop results in a miscued shot and Buttler makes no mistake behind the stumps. Well, Arthur won't be happy with this. His number 4 and number 5 have failed to make an impact. Kuzal Mendes was trapped leg before wicket by Livingstone, and then in the very next over, Dhananjaya De Silva hit one uppercut straight to Rashid at third man. That's poor cricket. Sri Lanka are 52 runs for 4 wickets. Dasun Shanaka has had an indifferent start to his innings this evening. He is batting on 11 off 17 balls and Sri Lanka need him to switch gears. Their run rate is just 6 after 13 overs and these final 7 overs are massive. Hasaranga is one player who has been in good form, but he too, like most of the batters before him, has failed today. He takes on Rashid but doesn't get the elevation to find the fielder at the deep. Sri Lanka are 96 runs for 6 wickets in 15.4 overs. They need some lusty blows from Mudana. He finally redeems himself at the death with some big hits. And in the process, Shanaka gets to a half-century. It wasn't fluent, but it was definitely effective as Sri Lanka finish on 129 runs for 7 wickets. It will be nothing short of a miracle if they can defend this against this mighty English batting lineup. On expected lines, Buttler and Roy are off to a flyer. The boundaries are flying thick and fast. It just shows the gulf in class between these two teams. 44 runs knocked off already in 4 overs. 2 boundaries to round off the power play and this game is done and dusted already. England have scored 61 runs in 6 overs. Even though the slow bowlers are expected to make an impact in the middle overs, England will fancy themselves to get the job done. They just need 69 off 84 deliveries with all 10 wickets intact. Roy wants to clear the man at mid-off, but Gunathilaka takes an absolute screamer to pluck a wicket for his side out of nowhere. England lose a wicket after putting up 80 for the opening wicket. Dawid Malan is in next now. 50 needed from 65. They get the job done on expected lines. Buttler is unbeaten until the end and England chase down 130 with 17 balls left to spare. No sweat whatsoever. England take a lead in the series and are favourites to wrap it up as well. Sri Lanka need a batting effort with the bat to stay alive in the series and they don't have a lot of time to bounce back.